Good morning, everybody. It's Marty the JavaScript Party. No Rhett today because I'm in a crazy hurry because I wasted a ton of time this morning. I'm in that sort of 3 days off in a row, or 2 days. I was off on Thursday, Friday, and today's Saturday. So I'm just like not in that sort of get up and go mindset. Definitely have to get that rolling again on Monday. But, anyways, what I'm trying to do here is do an upgrade in Angular, and I'm probably gonna have a lot of time to talk during this while things are happening. But yesterday we did kind of go through. I think the very first thing, anytime you want to do an upgrade in Angular, is what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have the right foundational things, system stuff. So the let's see where we go. Angular latest version. Now, normally I found that it works a little bit better. I guess I don't know. It were usually Angular. Oh, that's because I got into a zone. I usually ChatGPT's instructions are a little bit better than Angular's. Sometimes they're not, but so I made sure we had the right. Okay, so that was not the one I wanted because I'm not happy with that. Let's see, correct order. We were trying to update from Angular 20 to 21. Okay, so we did this. We made sure Node, TypeScript, and RxJS are good. So for some reason they have that at step 4. Somehow ChatGPT decided that. I don't know if that's how it is at the Angular side or what the deal is, but I think that should be step 1. And then so we converted. We did this. We checked the version, Node version. We checked our TypeScript yesterday, and we installed it. And I created a new branch because the reality is many times as you're moving through the process, you're sort of applying certain things, and then maybe you'll get to the end and decide, you know what, that is not how I wanted it. So you just want to be able to just start back from scratch again. Also, it will force you to do commits along the way, which I don't believe is even caught in this. But anyways, here is step 4, and that is so we did the step 1 through 3, and this is to do an ng update from here. Now, I usually will put these in my packages because I want to absolutely be sure that it's not using a global version of the CLI. I want it to be using the version of the CLI that was installed in this, so I just don't even want to take a chance. So what I will typically do is create a script. So the name of this script will be ng update, and I do want another side effect of what I like about doing it this way is that it sort of what is the problem? I don't know what's going on here. Oh, no? What is the... It's like upset about unexpected end of string. Is it because of the slashes? No, it can't be because we use slashes up here. Is it the at? No. Oh, so you can see where up here where... Oh, I like that name. CLI Core 21. Oh, I didn't have a quote there. So I do like this naming that I came up with last time. So you can see historically that way back here we could actually probably even put yeah, so 6 months ago I did an upgrade to 21. That was video 148 and upgrades to version 21. So that's the first step. And then right after that, I had to upgrade material apparently. and then and so yeah, we have this history of what we did. So I'm going to save that, and then I'm going to come in here. Let's go ahead and stop this because this is going to be a problem. It's never going to be happy with that. And we are going to run, oh, we need to commit this, so let me ask real quick. I hate that. So I see that 6 months ago, when I updated from 19 to 20, I also updated material. Will I need to do that again? I'm only doing this because I don't want to do another commit. So, oh, and I'm not using my headphones because yesterday I didn't even plug in my headphones and it sounded great. So, yes, because you previewed 1920, you will likely need to update again. So, I want to add that now. I don't want to have to do another commit again. And again, this I think just probably saved me a lot of angst. Okay, so because it would have been very, I probably last time I probably got all the way through and then realized, oh shoot, my material doesn't look right. It looks like it's the same. Material 21. Okay, so when I run this won't run alone, but I need to create a commit. Git commit, and this is video. Take a look at my girlfriend. 320. So this will not be the only commit, and we will be merging this branch back into 20, which should not be an issue, or into the getting started branch. Angular. From 20 to 21. So let's do that. I probably need to add. Commit. What? Oh, -m. Lord, it's gonna be one of those days, guys. And then we don't have, so it's saying, hey, you can publish this branch because this branch does not exist at the remote, but I don't want to publish it. So in many ways it'll seem like it never happened, but it does give me the ability to back out of this. All right, so now it's time to go back up here. I think it was step 4. This guy right here. So npm run CLI core 21. Go. And I guess I'm a little nervous and stuff in general because I botched this. Like, probably I've done this 30, 40, 50 times, and I would say if I've done it 50 times, 45 of them I botched it the first time. I had to bail out and restart. So I'm trying to think very carefully. Additionally, I have performed this at jobs before, and then the CLI made decisions for me, and I didn't pay attention. And then a year later, when everyone's like, "Why is this flag on? It says Marty did this." It was like, and then they were like, "Why would you do that?" And it's like, why did I do that? Was I on drugs? I don't even remember doing that. And it was because the CLI did it. So It's like one of those things you got to pay really close attention to what it's actually doing because it's making decisions for you. I was trying to think of a really good analogy today, in that I think a really good analogy would be like, let's say, so I know that maybe, probably max 10 people will see this video. And of those 10 people, best case scenario, 2 of them are from the United States. The rest of them are from around the world. And the rest of you will be from around the world. So sometimes I say what we have in the United States because I don't know if you have an equivalent or the same thing, because I know a lot of our stuff. But we have a place called Taco Bell, and they make burritos. And if you ordered a regular burrito, it's just fundamentally different than a burrito supreme. But let's say you ordered a burrito supreme, they gave you a regular burrito, and then you say, hey, I wanted a burrito supreme, and then they took your regular burrito and just threw burrito supreme stuff on it. That would be actually a different burrito than if you ordered a burrito supreme. When you do updates, sometimes you just want to update so that you can use other libraries, things like that. You don't actually want I mean, it'd be nice if you had like when you went from 20 to 21, if you had an Angular 21 application, but maybe not. Maybe all you care about is being able to use some library that requires Angular 21 or something like that. But I would like to actually have an Angular 21 application. So a lot of times they'll have flags that like sort of say, okay, Angular 21 requires stricter TypeScript adherence in templates than Angular 20. So, but we see that they already have a bunch of templates, so they probably want to. So we're just going to turn a flag on that doesn't require that. And then a couple of years later, it's like, why did you turn that flag on? And then and it's hard, almost impossible for anyone who's looking at that in retrospect to not think that you were doing that so you could sneak something by. And that wasn't why you did it. You did it because that's what the CLI did. So it's important. It's very, very important that you do that. So you see that our package changed and that we don't have any 19s, which is weird because you would think, we still have a bunch. Oh, okay. So yeah, that one from 2021, that one from 20. Yeah, okay. These all went, so it looks like this stayed the same. The CDK, it was untouched. It's still at 20. And Angular Material is still at 20. So we're going to have to do that next. And we will likely need to commit before that. And we do have a script for updating to Angular 21 on Material. Now sometimes Material will have breaking changes, and you maybe want to stay on the older version of Material, but you want the newer version. It's like, and then that's when your application becomes unique, right? Like, oh, this is an Angular 21 application with an Angular 18 Material. Like you end up sort of out of sync. Like with front end, what you get a lot of is like the entire industry is drifting, and your application may or may not be drifting with it. And this is kind of how you make that happen. Like if you want your entire application to drift with it, then you have to update your version of Material and all that. But it is very possible that if you're using a bunch of Material components or something, you might end up with problems. But to me, the most important thing to always look at, to keep in mind, to never ever ever take your eye off of, is this tsconfig and this Angular JSON. If you see a change in there, you need to. It's probably in your best, and you plan to be wherever you're going to be, because you're going to be a scapegoat if it makes some sort of decision. Optional migration of package Angular CLI. So it said it didn't have to. It looks like it didn't have to make any code changes for me, which kind of surprises me, but maybe not, because I did strongly type everything. But select the migration that you would like. Application Builder. It looks like that is the only thing to select. So, and it looks like I can hit the enter button. Now I've been sitting here at this before. Okay, so that didn't work because I was not in here. Again, I have screwed this up many times. Oh, look, it looks like there's two sets of, oh, my package lock got changed as well. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so I believe this is going to do like a static analysis of my code and see if there's anything that doesn't. Migrating application projects to new build system, executing migration. You can read more about known issues and limitations here. Adds bootstrap context to bootstrap application. Calls main server TS to support server rendering. So I don't think I have server rendering on this. Moves imports of application config from Angular platform browser to Angular core. So it looks like it moved a file, but I'm not seeing anything moved. So maybe it moved some text inside of a file, but it didn't. That should still show up in Git too. So I don't know. Converts the entire application to block. Well, that's pretty scary. Deprecates bootstrap options to providers. Migration completed. No changes made. Converts entire application to block control flow syntax. I guess. I don't know if it made any change. No changes made. Optional. Dispatch has one optional migration. Router navigation replaces usage of the deprecated router. Get current navigation method with router current navigation signal. So this would probably break my other application. And so this is a perfect example of like drift. Like the entire industry is moving away from, however, this current method, which is, who knows, probably RxJS or something based, to the signal based version. But I don't care about that project, so I'm not going to upgrade that project. But I do think this would probably break that, because I have a bunch of like custom code that like listens for routing changes, and I don't know. I've never worked at a place that doesn't have that, so that might make this a very difficult upgrade for people. So it looks like it didn't actually make any changes to my code. And I don't do any router stuff, so it makes sense that it wouldn't have. And it looks like the only changes were this. So I do not think I can do the material, the mat21 script though, without doing a commit. So, and then I would imagine there's massive changes inside of my node modules, but those aren't tracked by Git. So. 2021 CLI execution completion. So we'll do this commit, and I need to actually stage these things. And let's do one last look at these things before I stage them. So it is weird to me that the Angular CDK didn't get upgraded. It's still sitting at 20. I don't really know. Ooh, holy shit! It moved up my TypeScript. So this could break the end-to-end tests. Don't know. It wouldn't surprise me if this breaks the end-to-end test. So yeah, Cypress could very well end up being broken because of this change here. And like, you know, most production applications are so complicated that it's hard to have a grip on all those different things. But all right. And it's very possible that the end-to-end tests could be so broken. It could be like I could get myself in a place where it's just impossible to use them, and I have to just move it all into its own project, which is going to stink if I have to do that. That is a worst case scenario, and it's very unlikely, but it is possible. All right, so now I want to upgrade my material. It's crazy that it would want us. I guess it just wants to make sure that you can build. Because we don't really need to build. We haven't done any. We don't have any. We haven't done a deployment or anything like that. But I guess it's possible that we won't be able to build. Okay, so material. Oh, I always forget that the CDK is actually part of material. Doesn't seem like it should. That doesn't make sense to me from my perspective. That the CDK seems like it should be part of the Angular proper, not one of some dependency. But CDK, I can't remember what that stands for. Development kit, something development kit, and it's like seems like the development kit would be in Angular itself. So here we go, waiting for the dependencies. Okay. All right, so I kind of wish I had done this whole asking about Zone.js. After, I mean, on a different one of these chats, but okay, so it looks like once this is done, we'll be on the clean install plus build. So the only change so far is in package. I definitely, like, this is kind of why I wanted to get Angular. I thought that this would be a good thing to have Angular material built in as soon as possible so that, we could as we move forward, we could keep adding things. But now I'm starting to wonder if maybe it would have been better to do it later, but I think I needed it now because I want to do the menus and stuff like that. At the very least, the icons. But the one thing I did learn is that a dirty little secret of Angular materials, it makes tons of detached nodes. And if you try to even dig in, ChatGPT gets insanely defensive, which is probably just channeling the defensiveness of the application, of the developers. All right, so this is material. Material update. No, I didn't. I never look at the package. That is probably, I've tried looking at it a bunch of times. It's never been useful. All right, so I guess we just want to make sure that it can still build. So npm install. Now npm install should not install everything from scratch. It should only install things that are different, and I think it already did that as part of the CLI upgrade. Then npm run build. I already have a build, it comes with a build script. Like when you first build the whole the entire application out, it will generate a build script. It'll set one up in there, so I like to do that better. I think this potentially could use the globally installed system CLI to do it, and I'd rather I believe that's the CLI that does that. I'd rather use that. I generally ignore these vulnerabilities. They are super important, but I found that 999 times out of 1,000 it's talking about some vulnerability in Webpack or something, some like low-level building scheme, not in the application that you're going to be deploying. So it only matters. And like, man, what they'll call a critical. Well, I mean, what they'll call a critical one could be anything. Okay, so it was able to build. So now let's just do an npm start. Just see if it starts. So far, you know, knock on wood. That always gets the dogs barking. Knock on wood. It looks like this was a nice, clean upgrade. I'm a little nervous about the CLI. This is taking a long time. Okay, so we'll just do I guess now we want to run the unit tests, see if they still work. Run npm, yeah, run test. Test. So we know they were all passing before we did this update, but if they're breaking, then that could that would be very indicative that there's probably a problem. So I can't imagine they break, but I do know that Angular has deprecated the Karma Jasmine, or at least I've heard that, or pretty sure I heard that on one of their live streams. And what's very frustrating about it is they didn't, haven't given any suggestions, even clues as to where they want to go with it. And I watched like the last live stream, which was, I don't know, I don't really have anything good to say about it. So I won't say anything really, but they did mention, and it was frustrating to me. They did mention, oh, we've come up with a new thing for everybody. It's about. They made a joke that it was about unit tests, and then it ended up not being about unit. And then they're like, just kidding. We came up with a new little icon or whatever. Which the new icon is pretty cool. I mean, oh, look at that. We do not have 100% coverage. We have a branch that is uncovered. Okay, I will hold that for next time. It doesn't look like, well, okay. All right, let's see what happened. This is the kind of thing that I will think about nonstop till tomorrow. Oh no, I'm supposed to go hiking at noon. Okay, that's in 8 minutes. So I'm not going to be able to work on my other project today. All right, who are you? And it's crazy. Oh no, this is saying 100%. Is this old? Did I not do it with code coverage? Wait, have I gone insane? Didn't I just see that it was 99% on branch? Maybe this is what I saw. Okay, that's crazy. That's crazy. Cray. Okay, npm run open Cypress and open. And let's do this. Come on, Barbie, let's go party. Barbie, let's go party. Whoa. My grandbaby's here. So I can't wait to get out there and see her. I feel like if Cypress was broken, because we did change the version of TypeScript, and that can have a very significant, but I think the IDE would immediately surface that if there was a change. Let's go and see what happens. Oh my gosh, did it not? Oh my gosh, I think it fixed things. Because this used to not work. I wonder if my... Oh, well, that's a nice change. So it used to, the IDE used to bark at me. IDE used to bark at me over this. Oh, it's still loading though. So, anyways, okay, let's go ahead and run this. Oh, and then one thing I always make sure to do is I right click on here, inspect, and up here somewhere, you should see your version. And I can't even tell you how many times I've done upgrades and thought everything worked, and then looked in here and it was still looking at the old one. Alright, I think I'm gonna skip the other project because it's freaking pissing me off. But basically, I think all I'm trying to do is get like the URLs to the how-to video right, and come on, we got 5 minutes. I got 5 minutes, Cypress. Okay, so that is a good sign that it at least ran. So we know Cypress in general didn't break, so that's good. Is that one done? I think that one's done. It's kind of hard to tell when one of these things is done. Feeling good, feeling good. Good in the neighborhood. Might be literally the easiest upgrade I've ever done. It's hard to tell. I don't think they did a lot in this one. I think a lot of their stuff, based on watching the video, oh, that's still broken. Based on watching the video, oh, I should have had a failed. Wasn't I supposed to get a failed test on resize? Let me just go to delete. Just kind of go through. I'm going to go back to resize because I could have sworn I set up a failing test on resize so that I wouldn't forget. See, I don't know if you can hear my granddaughter out there. Resize. I'm very confused at that when, okay, we're in the second test. It's in the at the end of the second test it should fail. Yeah, I think this is going to fail. Okay, that's exactly what we expected. So we have one test that I know it's like something I don't want to fix now. I put it aside, but it is something I don't want to forget. So I left a broken test in resize. You probably would not want to do that in a production environment. And the reason is, okay, so we are committed, right? The reason is that you wouldn't want to do that is probably because it would break, like if you have like continuous integration, it will probably break that. CI/CD. All right. So now let's go ahead and get. I don't think I have very many branches. I hope. So we're gonna come here and I'm gonna say get status, and the only reason I'm doing that is so I can get the name of the branch. I'm gonna copy that, and then I'm gonna change. Okay, see, yeah, that is still broken. I thought that had fixed. That would have been a nice bonus. I'm just to say git merge. And git push. And that will do it, guys. It looks like we successfully did an upgrade without any issues. Nice and clean. Happy coding, everybody. Bye.